We're back for our daily NBA predictions here for Saturday, March 8th, and today, do we got a game. It's the final one of the day at 5:30 is the final NBA game today, and it's in the Boston Garden. It's the most expensive regular season game to attend this season. Lakers, Celtics. I got a lot to say about that. All right, we'll get to that at the very end of the video, but 8 games today in the National Basketball Association. Obviously, they all lead up to Lakers and Celtics on ABC, but of course, we're going to talk about every single one of those like we've been doing all year long. And before we get into the predictions, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Earlier today, we posted our 10 college basketball best bets, so make sure to check out that video. That's linked in the description down below, along with our UFC 313 predictions. Obviously, tonight is UFC 313 with Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev in the main event, Justin Gaethje, Rafael Fiziev in the co-main event, so make sure to check out that video. That is linked in the description as well. Also, that is the first video on Greedo Plays MMA, so make sure to show some love over there and hit that subscribe button on Greedo Plays MMA. Subscribe to Greedo Plays as well, the channel you're watching this video on, as we get into our first of 8 predictions today. And we start in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Charlotte Hornets and the Brooklyn Nets. What a game we got here. Oh, wow. Guys, don't forget, the Hornets are special. This team is special this year. Now, okay, they played a very close game against the Cleveland Cavaliers on yesterday, right? A much closer game than I thought. Miles Bridges scored 46 points, which is crazy. Obviously, Charlotte easily covered the 16.5 points they were getting at home. But you know what this means now? This is an ultimate letdown spot the day after against the Brooklyn Nets. And credit to the Nets as well. On Thursday, they played a very competitive game in their own right against the Golden State Warriors, right? So both these teams came up this close to being really good teams. Obviously, Charlotte was playing a much better team than Brooklyn was, but the Nets were up huge against the Warriors on Thursday. They ended up losing the game by 2 points. Ultimately, Steph Curry's circus shot at the end of the first half, the half-court shot, actually was the deciding factor. I mean, I guess technically the Warriors ended up winning the game by 2 points. But like I said, again, honestly, I didn't expect that Warriors-Nets game to be that close. But like I said with that game, when we were talking about it with Brooklyn, I do expect them to continue to get better. Now, I don't think they're going to make that push to get the last spot in the play-in because the Bulls do have 3.5 games on them at this point. Chicago, I feel like, is playing pretty solid ball right now. I know they're 3-7 in the last 10, but so are the Nets. So I think the Bulls will be able to outpace them down the stretch of the season. But I do think Brooklyn's going to at least contend for that a little bit. I think they're going to start playing better ball. Now, no Cameron Johnson tonight for the Nets, which is a huge hit. I mean, I think we can probably expect Trendon Watford to start tonight instead. But Cam Thomas is back, and that's huge, obviously. D'Angelo Russell has been better, obviously, with Brooklyn this year than he was with the Los Angeles Lakers, and Nick Claxton's a pretty solid center for this team, too. It's an ultimate letdown spot for Charlotte, and they did play yesterday as well. I think Mark Williams should be back, because Williams didn't play yesterday. He probably will play the second half of the back-to-back, but honestly, we'll see if, LaMelo Ball plays tonight, right? Melo's been dealing with injuries the entire second half of the year. We'll see if they play him the second half of a back-to-back. And I don't care. They still lost to the Cavaliers, so this team is still yet to win after their Twitter account tweeted this team is special after beating the Los Angeles Lakers, which I still don't know how that happened. Charlotte is 14-48. They're not good. Give me the Brooklyn Nets to go into town and beat the Charlotte Hornets, and yes, to cover the 4.5 because Charlotte just played yesterday and played a grueling game against those Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go on to our second game of the day, and we move to Houston, Texas. We just saw this game a couple days ago with the Houston Rockets and the New Orleans Pelicans. This time, the game's being played in Houston. All right, I was wrong about that game. I thought the Pels were going to be able to play much closer ball against the Rockets than they actually did. Obviously, they didn't. They ended up losing the game by 12 points at home. I fully expect them to get blown out now. Now, my reasoning for picking the Pels to cover in the last game, and honestly, I didn't care who won, I was thinking, all right, Pels can keep this game close because the Rockets have been playing piss-poor basketball. But, they did lose to the Kings, who at times can be good. Thunder and Pacers, those are good basketball teams. I do feel as though the Rockets are fully healthy again. I mean, Şengün's dealing with injuries. Fred VanVleet's still out, but that's fine. We'll see Amen Thompson run the offense at the one now if needed, and obviously Aaron Holiday can come with the second unit with Reed Shepherd out. I'm okay. Again, Fred VanVleet's injury is not going to affect the pick too much. The Rockets, when healthy, are good. They're not elite because they will lose to the best teams in the league, but against teams like the Pelicans, yes, they should dominate. Zion didn't have his best game against the Rockets, but Zion's still very solid, obviously. Williamson at his peak is a very good player in the league. I mean, Williamson, I said only scored 20 points, I guess, in that first matchup with the Rockets, but it was just, he was so good in the Lakers game, right? 37 points on 26 minutes. It was a phenomenal game played by Williamson, but you give credit to Trey Murphy III, who obviously had a big night in that first Rockets game. Murphy with 30 points, I believe it is, 26 points, leading, obviously, the charge for the Pels in that game. We talked about it on Thursday, but yes, Trey Murphy's a guy who's been averaging 20 points a game this season. And it's just been an all-around rough season for the Pelicans, and that's been obvious with the injuries that they've had. They've just been dealing with a lot of stuff this year. Trading Brandon Ingram, right? Losing DeJounte Murray for the entire season. McCollum's been all right. Obviously, I haven't mentioned him yet. Yves Missi, I guess, is going to find himself in the Final Five contention, I would say, for the Rookie of the Year, even though I guess it's going to Stephon Castle, I guess. Or is it going to Edey or Khalil Ware? I don't know. It's just Ricochet, honestly, the way he's been playing recently should get a look. Who knows who's winning Rookie of the Year? There's no clear winner, obviously, since Jared McCain's injury. This game, though, yes, I expect the Rockets to win. I think they're still in fifth right now in the Western Conference, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. They've still 3 games up on the Warriors. Give me the Rockets to win this game, and I would expect them to cover the 8.5 points they need to cover at home as well. It's going to be Houston. Let's go to our third game today. We go to Atlanta, Georgia, right? The rematch, like that Pels-Rockets game was, Hawks-Pacers, they just played 2 days ago on Thursday, and the Hawks won the initial matchup in Atlanta. I don't think the Pacers lose back-to-back to this team. And I'd like to hope that Tyrese Halliburton's playing this game. I don't know. Tyrese is still questionable. Mathurin's still questionable as well. Aaron Nesmith, who does start the 3 for this team, is probable, so that's going to be okay. Mathurin's been out. I think he missed his 4th straight game in the Atlanta one, so this will be 5 if he misses tonight. Let's hope Tyrese plays. For as much as people want to crap on Tyrese Halliburton, he is a game changer for this team. He just is. Again, I said it, yes, and I still believe this. In spots, Andrew Nembhard can take over. Nembhard can be okay in, one game. But obviously, the Pacers need Tyrese Halliburton. And that was apparent in that loss, too. I mean, Halliburton has struggled this year, but in the second half of the season, since the All-Star break, Tyrese Halliburton has looked more than an All-Star. He's looked like a superstar again, right? I mean, Halliburton's been averaging 25 and 13, it feels like. Somewhere around that. It's probably like 22 and 12, but still, those are by far All-Star numbers, again, out of Tyrese Halliburton, and his three-point shooting is back as well. There's only so much Siakam can do. I like this Pacers team, don't get me wrong, but they're not complete without Tyrese Halliburton. They can't make a run without Tyrese Halliburton. I think they beat Atlanta here. I don't think the Hawks get them in back-to-back nights. Indiana, they were, even, again, without Tyrese, they were controlling that game. They really were. They were winning that basketball game until they got to the fourth quarter. They were up by 7 or 5 going into the fourth, and they couldn't hit a shot in the fourth quarter. They got completely outmatched in the fourth. I saw George Niang just dominate that team, and it pissed me off. But it's fine. Indiana should come back and win this game. Trust me, guys, I like the Hawks a lot, but it's just that, I like the Pacers a little bit more. I love Trae Young, though, right? I like the point guards of both these teams. I do. Trae Young's a monster, obviously. He's probable for this game. He's going to play. Karis LeVert, questionable. He's been playing very well. I think they have him questionable against the Lakers. I don't know why. It's just a typo. LeVert should play, I think. It should be a competitive game, but I think the Pacers at full strength definitely beat this team. Now, I do want to go after real quickly the Atlanta Hawks Twitter page. Why? I don't know what nickname they gave Dyson Daniels. No, that guy's the Great Barrier Thief. We don't need to come up with a goofy nickname for him because it literally writes itself. He's from Australia, and he's a great defensive player. He should win Defensive Player of the Year. He's the Great Barrier Thief. It's right there. We don't need to come up with a stupid nickname for him, like the Predicament, which is actually kind of hard for Evan Mobley, I'm not going to lie, or the Anomaly for Jason Tatum, right? No, Dyson Daniels is the Great Barrier Thief. I don't know what the hell nickname they gave him. No, that guy does not need one of the stupid nicknames. Tyrese Halliburton is the Pace Star, though. Is that what we're calling him? The Pace Star? No, that's horrible. The Pacemaker. No. Give me the Indiana Pacers to go on the road to Atlanta, Georgia, win the basketball game. -1.5 for Indiana. I believe they cover that. Atlanta doesn't play defense. Indiana should be able to outscore them. I've said it all year long. Indiana does everything better. They play the Hawks style of ball better than the Hawks do. So Indiana should be able to go on the road and win this very high-scoring affair. The over-under is 242 in this game. Yes, it should be a high-scoring one. Expect the over too, especially if Tyrese plays. Let's go on to our fourth game of the day. This nothing burger of a game. Up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Raptors play another bad team for the second consecutive night. They host the Washington Wizards. Big win for them yesterday. They beat the Utah Jazz, unsurprisingly, even with the injuries. Obviously, the Jazz will never try to win a game for the rest of the year. They are fully playing capture the flag. And the Raptors seem like they're playing capture the flag as well. At the same time, the Wizards are playing capture the flag too. I mean, guys, the tanking at the bottom of the league right now is just, it's getting insane. Washington, tank. Jazz, just all out tank. Raptors feel like they're kind of tanking too. The Hornets are always tanking no matter who's playing because they're just horrible. And yeah, it's a tankathon. The Spurs should join them because the Spurs suck. Just suck. De'Aaron Fox, go get that surgery, pal. Because those 16 points last night, not cutting it. Gave those fans in Sacramento a reason to boo you and a reason for wanting you out. Okay? Or for trading you, even though technically he was the one who wanted out. But anyways, both these teams are playing full-on capture the flag. So the injuries, Malcolm Brogdon out tonight. Jordan Poole's questionable, probably means he's out. Kobe Jones out. Rashawn Holmes is questionable. Raptors have a bunch of injuries second half of back-to-back, so I understand. But I think a lot of these guys are going to play. There's a lot of guys in the injury report, but yesterday, no Jakob Poeltl, no RJ Barrett, no Abaji. At least for Barrett and Poeltl's sake, I think they're both going to play tonight. They didn't play due to rest, so they should play the second half of a back-to-back. Again, there's a reason they didn't play the Jazz game because I think, again, they just didn't want them to play both nights. So they're going to play tonight on Saturday night. Chris Boucher didn't play yesterday because of wisdom tooth extraction. Really? Like, dog, you couldn't have done that. I mean, unless it was like an emergency. I mean, you couldn't have done that during the All-Star break? Maybe he just didn't want to play. I mean, hey, you know what? Honestly, game is game. Still getting paid anyway. And Jacoby Walter got hurt yesterday, so that sucks. He's been a big-time rookie for this Toronto team. IQ's not playing today after his big game yesterday against the Jazz. They're resting him. So again, though, expect Barrett and Poeltl to both play, with them not playing the first half of the back-to-back yesterday. Regardless, I'm still taking Toronto. Honestly, still, Jordan Poole is a big factor too. But even when Poole plays, the Wizards aren't that great. Obviously, they're 12-49. I think they still have the worst record in the NBA. The Jazz are trying hard. They're trying very hard to get to that mark. But yes, the Wizards still have the worst record in the NBA. They're 12-49. Expect the Raptors to win this game at home and cover. Regardless of the rest, guys. I mean, Scotty Barnes is still playing. Poeltl should be playing. Barrett should be playing. And hey, we probably going to see Jamal Shed start at point guard. Love that. First-year man out of Houston. Big fan. Give me the Raptors to win at home and cover against the Washington Wizards. We go on to our fifth game of the day, and we go to Miami, Florida, and begin the upset picks for today. Give me the Chicago Bulls to go on the road to Miami and win. Yeah, I don't mind it. We got three underdogs the rest of the way out. This is the first of those. I like Chicago on the road. They're 4.5-point dogs on the road. Money line wise, the Bulls are plus 145. Don't mind it. The Bulls are coming off a huge win in their first game in Florida over the Orlando Magic. Kobe White with 44 points, and Josh Giddey, man, continues to do his thing. And just watch out for Giddey, man. Giddey's a great basketball player. 19, 13, and 9. This guy fills up the stat sheet. Josh Giddey's a monster, and he's going to watch out Miami. Josh Giddey's going to continue to dominate as well. People forget, this guy's 22 years old. He's still very young, and he's still going to be a very good player for a very long time in this league. Again, an assist away from a triple-double yesterday, or 2 days ago, against the Orlando Magic. And the Bulls right now, they definitely feel like that next and that last play-in team. And honestly, we saw them beat the Magic. That was one play-in team. They can easily see the Miami Heat as well. Guys, if Chicago starts to win games, they could catch up and potentially get out of the 9-10. They're only 3 games out of the Magic, who are in the 9, and then 4 of both the Hawks and the Heat, who are in the 7-8. And trust me, the Heat, Hawks, and Magic don't really win too many games, especially Orlando has lost 5 in a row. Now we'll get to Orlando in just a few moments here, but I think Chicago continues to parlay that momentum. This is a young team who's playing some good ball right now. Yeah, they lose the Pacers and the Cavs and the good teams, but against bad teams, Chicago wins. Now, I'm not going to say Miami's a bad team, but they're a beatable team. And Chicago's been able to overcome so many injuries as well. Now, Lonzo Ball's not going to play tonight, which really hurts them. Obviously, he's one of their starters. Kobe White's playing. Vooch is still out, but that's okay. Zach Collins has done a great job at center in Vucevic's absence. Taylor Horton-Tucker's going to play. Patrick Williams doubtful. Desumu's obviously out for the year. But again, just gives another opportunity to the young guys. Shout out to Matas Buzelis starting in the starting lineup. I really like Matas, and I love his TikTok account too. And again, as long as Josh Giddey's playing, this is so weird to say, but it's very true, guys. As long as Giddey's playing, this team has a chance to win. He really helps this team, and Josh Giddey is a very good basketball player. For Miami, right, just a team that's been struggling. Their last win came over the Wizards. Yeah, they beat the Pacers and the Hawks a couple weeks ago. They're 29-33. Somehow they're first place in the Southeastern Conference, which is just a horrible conference right now. Or sorry, division. Yesterday they lost to the Timberwolves. Very close game. Adebayo's playing great ball. But here's the thing again, Miami second half of a back-to-back. Chicago didn't play yesterday, and we'll see who even plays tonight for Miami. Khalil Ware didn't play yesterday. No Andrew Wiggins. We'll see if these guys give it a go on top of potentially the guys who missed the second half of a back-to-back who weren't even on the injury report yesterday. So there's a lot going against Miami tonight, and it makes it extremely winnable for Chicago on the road. I get it, the Bulls are injured, but they have been able to overcome these injuries, especially with that huge win in Orlando. They won their last game in Florida. Why can't they do it again, especially against the Miami team that just lost yesterday as well and played a tough game against a good Timberwolves team? Again, Adebayo is great, don't get me wrong, and Zach Collins will have his hands full tonight, but I think the Bulls are able to go in there and win. Give me Josh Giddey to have a big night. Kobe White probably has another big night. I like Chicago to go on the road and beat the Heat. Guys, the Bulls are starting to get a little bit fun. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bulls, get a chance to play the Cavs in the first round of the playoffs. Because at least with that, the Bulls are going to score too. They're not going to win. But, just be honest. Would you rather watch the Bulls play the Cavs in the first round or the Heat or the Magic? Yeah, I know the Heat. All these teams are getting swept. Maybe the Hawks can take a game off someone or two. But, all right. Hear me out. The Hawks are going to get to 7. They're going to play the Celtics in the first round. Heat, Magic, or Bulls? Who would you rather see play the Cavs? There's no rivalry anymore with the Heat they're not playing Celtics. They're not playing Celtics anymore. Heat, Cavs, the LeBron Bowl, who cares, Just, the Heat are going to get swept. The Magic won't be able to score. It'll be like last year, but just much worse. At least the Bulls are going to kind of keep up. Yeah, they'll lose every game, but it'll be 140 to 120 every night. I'd much rather watch that than watch the Magic not score. Yeah, honestly, I want to see the Bulls play the Cavs. More entertaining. This game, give me the Bulls to go to Miami and win. Maybe a preview of what happens in the play-in, just saying. We go to Milwaukee, yeah. Bucks Magic. Guys, the Magic are just bad right now. They're not going to follow out the plan. They probably can't. I'm not suggesting they should. Again, I like Paolo Banchero. I think he's a great player. He's been giving it his all. The team's just not finding ways to win right now. And the last game wasn't a lack of scoring. They scored 123 points. It's just their defense didn't come through, which usually does come through for the Magic, but they gave up 125 points to the Bulls. That was my whole thing with, the Bulls can play competitive ball and score a lot of points. They definitely can. They did it against a very good defense in Orlando. Now, a defense that hasn't been playing their best ball. 6-game losing streak. They were 500 at 29-29. They're now 29-35, and they still have 7 games up of the Brooklyn Nets. That would be the next team that could replace them in the Eastern Conference play-in. So they're fine. And of course, I was talking about the Bulls about, maybe they get the Cavs in the first round. They're 13 games under still. Oh, man. The Nets, again, are 3 games out of the play-in, and they're 20 games under. Same with the Sixers, but who cares? Shout out to Paul George last night, by the way, who got booed at SmackDown in Philly. That's crazy. That's insane. What NBA Centil's doing to the world's insane. The Bucks are playing good ball right now, right? Milwaukee has found their way to the 4 seed. Right now they get the Pacers in the first round. I still think the Pacers win that series, full transparency. Even though actually, I think the Knicks fall down to 4. I think the Bucks going to be 3. I think the Knicks are going to probably be 4 or 5. The Knicks without Jalen Brunson is not a winning formula. Watching that game yesterday, that team's cooked. They're so cooked. Yeah. I get it, Brunson's maybe only out for 2-3 weeks. The Knicks are going to start losing a lot of games, folks. They're still on the West Coast for 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept those 3. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Knicks are going to fall to 4, maybe 5. I could see them, having to go on the road in terms of, home court advantage wise against the Pacers in the first round, probably lose. Anyways, I think the Knicks suck. Bucks Magic, the Bucks are going to kill the Magic. They just are. The Magic are not playing good ball right now. They've lost all their games at home except for the Wizards. So they lost 5 of 6 at home. Now they got to go on the road. Good luck against the Milwaukee team that's playing great basketball right now. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks to dominate this game. Giannis probable, Lillard probable with an eye injury. Would he get poked in the eye? The Bucks will be completely fine in this game. Milwaukee's turning it on, obviously. At this point, Milwaukee's won 4 in a row. I believe they've won 4 out their last 6 out their last 7 or 8, I believe. 6 out their last 8. Milwaukee's playing really good basketball. They should be able to dominate the Magic, who have just struggled, and I think this line's actually a bargain. I expect this game to be a blowout. Milwaukee minus 6.5. They should win this game by at least 10. The way the Magic have been playing, they're not going to keep pace here with the Bucks. Give me Milwaukee to dominate the game at home. The Bucks should win and cover. Next up, we go to San Francisco, California. The Golden State Warriors take on the Detroit Pistons. I'm taking the Pistons to go on the road and win. Okay, one loss to the Clippers, it does not mean you suck, right? Okay, it happened. The Warriors are so due to lose one at this point. They're so due. Now, is Cumbucket coming back today? No, Cumbucket's still not back. Jonathan Kuminga's still out with that ankle injury. Podziemski, the Pythagorean theorem, is questionable with the back injury. All right. So yeah, I thought Kuminga might be back today. He's not. I still like the Pistons. Obviously, I like them even more now. Tobias Harris will be back. He had a personal issue. He's back. He was listed as probable today, so expect Tobias Harris to play. Just a bad game for the Pistons. Shout out to Malik Beasley, who said on a live stream that he had Asar Thompson to lock up James Harden, and James Harden gave him 50. Anyways, Cade Cunningham he had 37, 7, and 10 in that game. But it doesn't get stated, obviously. And kind of the same thing that happened to Banchero when Curry went off. Just, oh yeah, Harden scored 50. So the Cade's game doesn't really get talked about. Cade Cunningham's a phenomenal basketball player. And obviously, for a reason, he was the number one pick. But Detroit's still playing great basketball right now. Yeah, a lot of their wins aren't against elite teams, except for Boston, obviously, and I guess the first Clippers victory. But I think they go to Golden State and win. The Warriors are due for a loss. Yes, Curry's playing great. Jimmy Butler's really helped this team. Draymond's been good. I don't know. I think they lose one here. Return home after a long road trip. They did fairly well in that road trip, only losing to the Philadelphia 76ers of all teams. But the Warriors are due for a little bit of regression at this point. Yes, they've been playing great ball, but they're not going to keep this pace for the rest of the season. I think a good team in the Pistons can shock them here. I think the value's too good to pass up on. Detroit, the way they've been playing all year long, I think record-wise, they have the same record as the Warriors. 6.5-point dogs on the road plus 210 money line. Again, I just think it's too good a value to pass up here. Give me the Detroit Pistons to go into San Francisco, California, and to the Chase Center and beat the Golden State Warriors. As we go on to our final game of the night, I got the jersey on. I mean, you probably know the pick, but here it is. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers to go to Boston and win. We did it. Yeah, no. Give me the Lakers. Give me the Lakers to go to Boston. I think they're better than the Celtics. I really think they are. We've seen this game before this year, and that was without Luka and without AD. Yeah, AD was still... Oh, was AD playing that game? He might be playing that game. AD did play that game. But still. Guys, the way the Lakers are playing right now, my goodness. 8-game winning streak, let's go. Make it 9. Give me that win in Boston. Absolutely love the value on the Lakers here. Plus 230 on the road, plus 7.5. Take what you want. Cavs can beat the Celtics, why can't the Lakers? The way this Lakers team is playing right now, guys, the way this defense is shutting down teams. Come from behind victory over the New York Knicks. And again, yeah, Luka's playing well. He still hasn't even gotten to Luka level, though. And LeBron, how's that guy 40? LeBron James, going to be third in the MVP voting, likely behind. I don't care. Jokic had 30, 20, and 20 yesterday. Shea's still the MVP. Shea drops 50 every other night. Whatever. But LeBron's going to be the third, highest vote getter in the MVP race this season. And Luka, again, is just a game changer, man. This team's playing phenomenal ball. I give a lot of credit to Jackson Hayes, who has excelled in this obviously huge new role that he's taken on for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the defense has really come on. We talk about the defensive stars, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Trey Jemison. These guys have been dominating. Hachimura still out. LeBron, Luka probable. Jackson Hayes questionable. He better play. Oh, God. If he does not play, we'll have to watch Trey Jemison and Alex Len tomorrow. Oh, God. I'd hope Jackson Hayes plays. The Boston Celtics have been dealing with a lot of injuries. Of course, they're all playing tonight. I guess they're still listing Holiday and Porzingis is questionable. They're playing. Okay, I've watched too many Lakers games in my lifetime to know those guys are going tonight. Derek White was on the injury report too. He's off it now. They're all playing tonight. They do again. Every team, everyone magically heals for the Lakers. Ask Norman Powell. Nothing against Norman Powell. It's just, it sucks. Get well soon. I may shut down the Celtics. The Celtics, again, the last marquee game they played at home against Cleveland, they lost. I guess the Nuggets game was marquee, but still, they get out to a 27-point lead early in the first quarter. They end up choking it. Yes, Tatum's a good basketball player, but I'm telling you guys, this Lakers defensive presence is changing games now. It just is. It changes games. They're going to force you to put your worst shooter. They're going to force teams to beat them with their worst shooter. That's what they're going to do. So who's that going to be in this game? Boston's got a lot of guys who can shoot. It'll probably be Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday's a more than capable basketball player. He definitely is. He's probably their worst three-point shooter. He can shoot it, but he's not as good as Derek White, Tatum, and Brown, obviously. So they're going to force Drew Holiday to shoot tonight. I'm telling you, Drew Holiday is going to be the difference maker on whether or not the Celtics win this game. Drew Holiday is an 11-point-per-game scorer this season. He will have games where he shoots a bunch of threes, but I mean, went 0 for 4 in the Bulls game. Did go 5 for 10 in the Mavs game, and Holiday's been out for a while, or he was out for a little bit. Coming back from injury, went 0 for 5 in his last game against the Detroit Pistons from the three-point line. He hasn't played in a little bit. They're going to immediately insert him into a game like this. Again, this guy's not played since late February. And of course, he's coming back tonight. He's not played in 5 games. But again, this is what's going to happen. Drew Holiday's immediately going to get inserted into the starting lineup. And J.J. Redick and the Lakers are going to make him shoot. They're going to leave him wide open. It's what they did to Aaron Gordon. They still won that game. But it's what the Lakers have been doing. Hell, they did to Jaden McDaniels when they played the Timberwolves. They made Kawhi shoot when they played the Clippers. All right, game on. Drew Holiday's going to have to beat the Lakers tonight. Not Tatum, not Jaylen Brown. Yes, those guys are going to make huge differences, obviously. We know Tatum's going to get his points. We know Jaylen Brown's going to get his points. Hell, Porzingis will get his points too. LeBron, Doncic, Hayes, Reeves hopefully continues to play better. He had a bad game, hit a big 3 in overtime, obviously. Shout out to Gabe Vincent, by the way. Huge threes. Ended his slump yesterday, or on Thursday. But we know those guys are going to score. The difference maker in this game is Drew Holiday, just because of how the Lakers approach defense. I don't think Drew Holiday's going to step up to the plate. The Celtics will probably adjust and put Peyton Pritchard in the game. That's fine. Pritchard scored 40 the other night, but then that makes the Lakers better on the other side, because then Drew Holiday's not in the game defensively. Okay. Peyton Pritchard's going to be on Austin Reeves. Seriously, I think the Lakers got this, man. Every way I look at this game, the way the Lakers have been playing defensively, with Drew Holiday coming back, they're going to force Drew Holiday to, again, beat them. I'll take it. And that's how the Lakers are going to play in the playoffs, too. They're going to make the worst shooter on their opposing team beat them in a 7-game series. You can beat them once, you can beat them twice. Can you beat them 4 times like that? I don't know. I think it's a great defensive tactics. I don't know if Nate McMillan drew that up, or it was probably J.J. Redick. I like Nate McMillan a lot, our assistant coach, but I'm all over the Lakers tonight. And Luka's going to get his revenge from the NBA Finals last year. Sign me up, man. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers on the road in Boston. Luka and LeBron go in to that city that the British should have burned to the ground. Paul Revere shouldn't have saved him. That's a Jerry West quote in Winning Time. It was hilarious. Anyways, give me the Lakers. They should go into Boston and win this game. Los Angeles on the spread if you want the conservative play. If you're feeling it tonight. Plus 230 on the Lakers. And then we'll finish the night off with Justin Gagey money line. Jalen Turner money line. No, we got a lot of fights for the UFC. Yasmin Lucindo money line, Jalen Turner money line, Justin Gagey money line, Alex Pereira money line, and we're gonna be eating good tonight. Lakers money line, Lakers spread. We're all over it tonight, folks. Thank y'all for watching our NBA predictions here for March 8th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily NBA predictions, and of course, make sure to join us for our college basketball best bets every single day as well. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.